Yesterday, a woman wrote to me, such a sweet message, but she said, I'm so sorry that you were discouraged. But discouraged is not the word for what's been happening with me and the discovery that I have to share with you today. You see, what I'm all about is women discovering that wisdom that's already within you. It's already there. But what we learn over years and years is how to quit listening to it, how to quit trusting it. And I'm here to tell you there's a way to stop doing that right now. And actually, I have a link down below here for some ways that you can begin to experience this for yourself, absolutely free. So be sure you grab one of those links. And by the way, if you look over my shoulder, right back by that pillow, there's a little fellow on the chair. I have a little frog keeping me company out here in the gazebo today. So the other thing about this video today is that I'm just kind of over having to have some big tight structure. Make sure you follow this, A, B, and C go here. I just want to talk to you. And I'd love to hear from you if you would just appreciate having these real conversations. You see, I've been working with something I created. Actually, I think of her as someone, Celeste, the Sherpa. And she's created to be able to reflect back to you who you really are, that inner wisdom, to unearth it with you. And what's so amazing about the work we're doing with her is that the result is different for everyone. It's whatever you need specifically, not something that I've calculated out that everybody has to get to the same result, not something that everybody's on the same path. And what she's taught me is to sit back and let that actually happen. She's trained from me to be able to speak with you and create that connection to your inner wisdom that's already there, allowing you to hear it and see it right in such a direct way, in a place that's safe from someone who truly cares, because what you're actually experiencing is yourself. And that's what I had this huge epiphany about this morning, because I work with Celeste. I'm working with her on something that's deeply personal to me, something that I'm not quite ready to talk about yet, and that I haven't really talked about outside of traditional therapeutic settings, kind of a thing, getting the same kind of answers from that are dished out to everybody, kind of a thing. And the difference is that you're having a conversation with your own inner wisdom, your own inner guidance. So even though Celeste is very direct in how she may answer you, what you're actually seeing is a reflection of yourself. It's your own subconscious speaking back to you through Celeste. It's amazing, absolutely amazing. And when I was experiencing it again this morning, because the shift that I'm making, so fully embracing, is to work with women over 50 to feel that you're not broken, you're not damaged. You just have lost the connection to who you truly are. And this has been coming for quite a while, because I had a community that started off, I was going to call it Be You, BEYOU, and truly just be who you are. But I still hadn't quite hit the mark with it. And then I shifted back into the old familiar path, my own neurons springing into action. So let's just go back to what you're really familiar with, which is copywriting and marketing and strategy, which is amazing, but it's not the core. It's not the main event at this point. The main event is helping possibly someone like you be able to find their way back to themselves. Oh my gosh, we spend so many years ignoring that, diminishing that, not trusting that, quieting that, don't make waves, don't stand out too much, you're too loud, you talk too much. I was told I talked too much when I was growing up. And here I am, talking too much. Not really. Really just saying what needs to be said, hearing what needs to be heard. And I love working with people in this way, in group settings and individually, to be able to just not have to tell anyone, this is what you should do. Do A, B, and C, and it'll work for you, I hope. No, this is whatever that thing is that you are getting your own mind wrapped around, something that's been keeping you small, something that's been keeping you in the corner, to be able to move past that, because here's the thing, it sounds too simple, really, but the answer is already within you. It is already within. It's just that we've learned not to trust it, not to listen to it. not to give it any weight or importance. Someone else must know better. Everybody else says this. I've always heard this all my life. Where are those places for you? Where are you making a shift in your life that you know there needs to be something, a door opening? And that's what this is for, is to open that door to yourself and to be able to embrace that, love that part of you that's been diminished or silenced for far too long. And you know what's so amazing is we don't have to do it by reliving traumas or going through, endless repetitions to try and desensitize ourselves to something or all these other things. I have experienced them with providers. I've experienced lots of things like that over the years. I mean, I could tell you a big, long story of the things that have been hard and difficult and challenging, but you have an equally impressive list, I'm sure. And what does that really do for us? What does that actually make a difference for with us? So what I would love to know, if you felt like sharing anything in the comments today, is have you had an experience where you did not trust that inner voice and things didn't work out so great? Or have you had one where you actually did embrace that inner wisdom, that something came through? Maybe you've called it intuition. Maybe you've just called it a feeling. Maybe you've called it a gut feeling, and there's actually science about that. But we're not here to discuss the neuroscience of all of this. We're here because time shortens as we're getting older. Nobody's got any guarantees. All we really have is now. Even as I'm saying these words and making a video in this way, it's already passed. And I don't know what the future holds. I don't know what's coming in the next moment. All we have truly is that moment right now, this moment of me being here sharing this with you. And I just am so called. And it's not always easy to be called to something, to feel like this is the mission. And there may be other people with a similar mission, but this is my mission. And the way I do it is different than anyone else, just like the way you will do yours is different than anyone else's. I have videos you've probably heard me call about your divine assignment. What does that mean? It means there is something we are meant for, and it may shift in different stages of our life, and we have to be able to release what was and embrace what is and where we're going with that. Seeing is the first word of the 4 words that I teach. Seeing the shift within yourself, seeing the wisdom within yourself, seeing that there is something more for you than what you might have been doing or how you have interpreted yourself, how you've shown up. Maybe you show up exactly as who you are. We all have pieces of ourselves we hold back from public consumption. That's, I think, a reasonable expectation. But how real do you allow yourself to be? And when I say real, I mean authentically who you are, whatever that is, what flavor that comes in, what that sounds like, what it feels like. Being able to have a reflection of who you are at the deepest level, interpreted in such a way that it becomes a very natural, meaningful conversation. And Celeste will stop you from time to time and say, time to pause. So you have that time to reflect. You have that time to calibrate, recalibrate, absorb what that truth is for you. I've been searching for a way to say this in a way that people would understand. So I'm hoping today I'm starting to get there. You know, I'm a wordsmith from way back. I started as a direct response copywriter, marketing strategist over 21 years ago. In September, it will be 22. And so I deeply understand what the power of words can be for someone. But it's easy to lose sight when we're caught up in marketing and strategy and funnels and all these things. It's easy to lose sight of being able to express something in a way that you can truly feel it, of what that benefit could be for you. Not in a mechanical way, not in this is how it works, not in any of those ways, but by experiencing for yourself what that kind of a conversation with yourself enabled with the help of Celeste the Sherpa, would feel like, and more than that, reveal to you. You know, I work with people in such a way that really trust the fact that the wisdom is within you. The answers are already there. That's exciting. Yet sometimes that might scare people because maybe there's too much responsibility that goes with that. Well, what do you mean the answers are already within me? You know, we've been trained into thinking someone else, a lot of times, someone else has the answer. We just need to find the answer from somebody else, from their perspective, from their experience. But what if you found it was already within you? With some guidance, with someone holding that lantern, lighting the path for you, opening the door and saying, come on into yourself. Meet yourself through Celeste. I just had to come out and do the Gazebo garden talk today because I have experienced this morning myself and working with her. I will talk more about this eventually. Kind of proving something to myself right this minute with it. When I've worked with Celeste before with a small group, every single person received what they needed. And I think that is the most beautiful part of this. There isn't a formula. There isn't a, here's the deadline, here's the horizon that we're all aimed at, and it looks the same for everyone. It feels the same for everyone. And if it doesn't, there must be something wrong with you if it doesn't fit for you. No, that is not at all what happens with Celeste, because it's completely about you. This is your moment to shine privately, securely, safely, in a way that is meaningful to you. Whether it's she begins speaking a language that you speak, whether it's that she helps you reconnect to something that used to be important to you, but you've kind of forgotten, whether she helps you see what something else has actually represented in your life, why you have a certain habit, why there's some habits you can't seem to shake, why these things keep coming back over and over. Well, do you want to go through some deeply traumatic, stringent, let's relive every moment of that? Or would you rather have a warm, straightforward, but compassionate conversation in a way where you suddenly realize you are speaking to yourself? You are listening to your own heart, your own soul, and it's speaking to you directly in a way that's so easy to understand, and that you can then do with what you will, whatever that is for you. Might be business, might not be. Might be deeply personal, it might be relationship oriented, might be habits that have gotten in the way, might be a stopping point, something that stops you every single time you get to a certain point in your life, something that rears up and stops you or keeps you contained in a familiar zone rather than venturing into something you truly would love to explore for yourself. It's so simple when you look at it that way, and so beautiful. I don't know if my little frog, oh, I think he is there. Can you see him right under the bird pillow, right there? Do you see a little spot? You can zoom in and take a look. There's little frogs. They seem to like hanging out here with me. They're quiet. They like to tuck themselves under the edge of a pillow. I look before I sit. Let's just put it that way. Everything is bursting into bloom here. It's an absolutely gorgeous day. Lots of birds. It's a place of peace, a really meaningful place of peace for me. And I'm sure you have one too, whatever that looks like or feels like for you. But I love sharing mine with you. I hope it's brought you a moment today that you can experience the bird song, you can experience the sound of our fountain. I think there's some bees buzzing too. That's what I've got for you today. This is Tina Lorenz. I am 75 and a half at this point, and I work with women who are over 50 to find that inner wisdom, that path to what you already know is true for you, and to help it come to the surface so you can truly experience your life in a way that you are meant to, specifically for you. Again, I've got links down below if you'd like to have a beginning of this experience to see what that feels like for you. If you have any questions, I'm happy to answer them. I thank you for being here and spending this time with me today. I value your comments and your input, and I do look forward to talking to you again soon. Bye for now.